can hear you are crying, you're so scared and all alone. Man is coming down from the gallows, and I don't have very long. The long arm of love.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough of that. We don't need to be hearing that. They should take that away from the Steelers in the fourth quarter because our defense sucks. You're watching another episode here of the Steel City Renegade. You got myself here. You got Deez in the house. Deez, how you doing?
Better than that fucking defense we have to watch every week. Is that a recording of the song, or are you like playing that through the phone, or?
No, that's a recording of the song.
Well, you need to re-record it because, like our defense, the quality of it is fucking horrible.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it cuts in and out, but
yeah,
anyway,
I'll re-record it just like our defense. You're right. And then we got Shane O'Mac, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here today.
Hi guys.
Hey.
He's not moonlighting; he's early lighting today.
Lord.
Shane, so you're picking the Browns 8.5 this week on a bye week, right? Did you?
No, they're getting 8.5 versus the bye, and we'll still lose. They won't cover.
Yeah. All right, D. So let's get into it. Trade deadline coming up on Tuesday. Pittsburgh already made a trade for a safety. Kyle Duggar, 29 years old, sent a 6th-round pick over to the New England Patriots, restructured his contract. Your thoughts on that? Does this help out the defense?
It can't get any fucking worse. Duggar's decent. He's solid against the run. He's a good box safety. He's not gonna like move the needle either way. It came at a really good time for us right now because of the injuries that we have to our safeties. Obviously, Deshaun Elliott getting his leg bent backwards like that. Probably the whispers are, even though it's Tomlin classified him as week to week, the whispers are he's probably done for the year. And then we know that Chuck Clark is out with, I don't know, fucking West Nile monkey SARS or some shit. So our starting safeties look like it's going to be Juan Thornhill and a guy that's been in the building for fucking 5 days. So today's going to be fucking great. Anyway, yeah, trade deadline coming up.
Do you think the Steelers make another trade?
Yeah, they're going to do something. They're going to get a wide receiver somewhere, probably overpay or whatever. But look, unless Art Rooney goes into his vault and gets a fucking DeLorean, it doesn't even, if he has a DeLorean in his fucking vault, goes back in time and gets prime Randy fucking Moss, it's not going to save this team. And that DeLorean is probably stored right next to all the fucking cash that he saves on not paying a decent fucking coaching staff.
So we are full of it this morning here on Steel City Renegade.
I'm not done.
Well, go ahead, dude.
Fucking joke of a defense, and they got me. Look, go back, watch the early shows. I was so fucking hyped. Darius Slay, while I thought, had lost a step, I thought he's going to be serviceable. No, I could fucking go out there and play better than Darius Slay right now. So give me Juan Pierre. Give me fucking one-legged Corey Trice. Go dig fucking Mel Blount out of a nursing home, whatever. We're going to get the same goddamn production. This is the worst statistically. Here's some fun stuff. Statistically, this is the worst defense since 1988. 80 fucking 8.
Wow.
Points
Oh,
allowed.
Hey, the Bearded Browns podcast is watching. Thank you guys for tuning in.
47% of the points that this sorry ass defense has allowed. Okay, that's almost half for you math majors out there. 47% has been allowed in the fourth quarter. 30th in the league in missed tackles, which I have a theory on that I'll get to in a minute. 30th in missed tackles. When faced with 3rd and 7, the opposing offenses, 3rd and 7 or longer, okay? 3rd and 7 or longer, the opposing offenses are converting at 40%, which is astronomically fucking high. The average, now all you people out there, and Dave, you're probably going to do it at some point again this show, but all the people out there pissing and moaning about TJ Watt's not doing nothing. Again, like I've been saying, you can't do nothing in 2 seconds, period. I don't give a fuck if you're Lawrence Taylor in his prime. It doesn't happen. But here's another point to that. The average depth of targets in last week's game with the Packers. Anyone want to take a guess on what the average receiver depth when they threw the ball?
12 yards.
Shane, would you like to take a stab?
5.5.
3 fucking yards.
I knew it was low because you brought it up.
3. That's 3. 9 feet off the line of scrimmage. Of course, TJ Watt's not going to get to the fucking quarterback. He's barely out of his fucking stance. Okay, I'll ask you both. In the last 4 or 5 years, give me your top 3 pass rushers. Dave.
Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett.
The last 3 or 4 years, Aaron Donald's been retired for like 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, so Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and Michael Parsons.
Bingo. Shane, would you agree?
Same. It's the exact same. Yeah.
Okay. What does Myles Garrett do when he's on the defensive line?
Bust
Shane?
through it and get 5 sacks.
From where, though?
The outside.
Not always. He moves
Not
around.
always. Sometimes he stands up too.
Yeah. What does Micah Parsons do?
Moves around.
Moves around. What does TJ Watt do? He plays 98 fucking percent from the same fucking side.
Whose fault is that?
It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be like, I don't give a fuck if even if TJ is saying I don't want to move. Guess what? I'm the fucking head coach. I'm the GM. I'm the defensive coordinator. You go where I fucking tell you. I don't think it's a TJ thing, though. I really think Mike Tomlin is so goddamn stubborn in his ways that shit that worked back when Dick LeBeau was a competent defensive coordinator, that he watered it down, which James Harrison can tell you from when he left and went to Cincinnati, came back. He said the defense was completely like dumbed down to a freshman level. But they don't change anything. It's the same fucking scheme. We heard it again this week with Jordan Love. You know, we knew what they were doing. How many times are we going to lose a game and then have to listen to some fucking dickhole on the other team talk about how they knew what we were doing? It's because everybody knows what we're doing.
I mean, you're right on TJ Watt, but I mean, my thing is like, why is the coaching staff not looking at film from other teams like Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett and see that them are 2 big name sack pass rushers, and they're not moving Watt around? I know that they talked in the offseason about, Watt was going to be moving around a little bit more, but he's still in the same spot. And I don't think the Steelers combined have a total of 20 sacks throughout the whole season. I don't. I think they're last in the league in sacks for
well, they haven't had one since what? Oh no, I guess they did it. They've had a few, but yeah, it's low. Like, it started out really good. We were second in the league, and we've barely sniffed the quarterback because Seattle gave everybody the blueprint. They really did. When they were hitting those quick hitters to Jackson Smith and Jigba and those guys, the tight end, New England did the same thing. The only problem in New England is they kept fucking fumbling the ball.
But as a coaching staff, how do you not prepare or change that in the game when you see that coming? How do you not do it as a defensive coordinator? I don't understand that.
You're fucking barking up the wrong tree, bro. I agree. Like, even Ben said on his podcast, like, where's the adjustments? Like, you're getting beat by the same thing over and over and over. And you keep trying to blitz. They're fucking killing the blitz. We need to stop blitzing. play back in zones because clearly Darius Slay and those guys can't play. You can't cover somebody for fucking 2 seconds. Are you kidding me? Because I promise you, if we could just cover a zone for 2.5 to 3 seconds, you'd see those sack numbers go up. Those pressure numbers would go up. You know, a couple of times last week against Green Bay, Watt and Hayward did manage to get pressure on Jordan Love. And what did he do? He fucking threw up a prayer, but our safeties are fucking idiots and couldn't stop it. Tyler Kraft and Christian Watson, both. I don't know what the hell. Juan Thornhill plays the deep half on that play, and they were behind him. Like, what are you doing?
Well, is that the scheme? Because isn't that the same scheme that Minka was playing, and we complained about Minka Fitzpatrick not making plays? Because they don't want to get beat deep. You said that a long time ago, Deez. You said that last year that they don't want to get beat deep, and that's and you're 100% right. Tomlin lives in his fears of getting beat deep, but now it's time to adjust. What are you week 10 into the season already?
Yeah.
Is this week 10?
Guess what? They're still not getting beat deep most of the time because they are literally giving away the field right down the 5 to 7 yards at a time. You don't have to worry about getting beat deep when you're just leaving fucking slants and out routes.
Here's the other thing you talk about that you thought I was going to talk about TJ Watt. My beefing with TJ Watt this week is with the cornerbacks that we have. Joey Porter Jr., you're supposed to be a number one corner. Why aren't you shutting people down? How come you can't make tackles? I watched the highlights. He missed 4 or 5 tackles this game. And then you got
here's my theory. I talked about it earlier. We're 30th in missed tackles. Here's what I think's happening with that. They are so ingrained in this turnover culture. Okay, they've been really good at it. They really have, kudos. But guess what? It's not fucking working anymore. So stop trying to tackle the fucking ball and tackle the guy carrying it. That's watch closely. Go back. I can't speak for the games coming up, but I don't expect it to change. But go back and watch the games where we've missed all these tackles. And what you're going to see a lot are guys swinging at the ball, and then they miss the ball or they don't hit the ball and hit the player, but they don't make the tackle. They're trying to force turnovers, which, hey, kudos, make a splash, but it's not working. So get the motherfucker down. We are near the bottom of the league in yards allowed after catch. 250 some yards of Jordan Love's yardage last week was after the catch. That's insane because of the missed tackles, because he's hitting him in stride on a 3-yard slant route that hasn't been covered all year long. The only saving grace we had, like I said, was Dylan Gabriel just isn't ready enough. He wasn't, sharp enough to take advantage of it. Maybe Stefanski's stupid. I don't know, but they didn't try that. New England should have been a loss. I think everybody here knows that. New England should have been a loss.
Thanks for joining us, Gene, Bearded Browns podcast. Thank you for messaging here in the messenger. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Juan Thornhill. Take him back. Historic defense. You're right. It's fucking historic. Historically fucking bad.
Yeah, and Deez, you're a big proprietor on that defense because I do believe last year you called that defense elite, and I kept calling you out.
No, I didn't. I never said they were fucking elite. They have elite level talent, but they haven't put it on the field. Nobody. I will fight a motherfucker if they want to tell me that they don't have the personnel, because they do. Not all 11 guys.
$160 million defense. 180 is giving up 31 points a game the last 3 games of the season so far.
You're preaching to the choir. Yeah, they're not performing.
How do you go in as a defense and you fix that? You think a free safety of Kyle Duggar is going to fix that for you? Absolutely not. You have to change the scheme up, or you have to fire Terrell Austin, which is, and you brought this up, Deez. You just said it, and I went back and watched the podcast with Joe Hayden and James Harrison, and Shane, we'll let you get in on this in a second. James Harrison said the exact same thing that you said, Deez. It's a watered-down version of Dick LeBeau's defense, because when Dick LeBeau was there, he didn't play Tomlin's game. Why Tomlin tried to overtake Dick LeBeau, and now that he's had Randy Finkner, he had Keith Butler, and now he's got Terrell Austin, and that's why he has them people in the building, because they are yes men, and they'll listen to him and allow him to take that defense over. But with Dick LeBeau did not allow Mike Tomlin to do that as a head coach, and that's where the Dick LeBeau era ended. And he brought up the Brian Flores deal. He said you had a great defensive mind in there with Brian Flores, and Mike Tomlin would not allow him to do certain things in practice or try certain things. And go look at the defense of Minnesota. How's Minnesota's defense doing?
Pretty good.
Because
they're solid.
Coordinator Brian Flores, who's going to probably be another head coach here pretty soon at the end of the year or whatever for defense. Him or D'Amico Ryans will probably get fired this year. I'd like to see D'Amico as our defensive coordinator if Tomlin allows them to call the defense, but he's not. He's not going to give up the reins for the defense. And we're going to
get that thought out of your head. It's not going to happen.
We're going to go through the same thing year after year if Tomlin is there. I say this, if you do not have a winning season this year, or if you have a winning season and you are ousted in the first round of the playoffs, Tomlin has to go.
You cannot.
People say this, well, you guys get to the playoffs. Yeah, you get to the playoffs and get humiliated like you did the last 5 or 6 times that you're there. 4 times.
No. 4 wins. He has 4 fucking playoff wins in 19 years. 4.
And Shane, what's your thoughts on that defensively? Looking as a fan of the Steelers, watching the defense, you're probably laughing about it because Steelers fans, I mean, they've been good for so long. But what's your thoughts on that on the outside?
My thoughts are our good buddy that was on Unscripted yesterday made very valid points about the Steelers' corners not covering correctly. And he just, as he said, there's a lot of times in the NFL in general that corners, when the ball is snapped, they start to go backwards. Why? You're already going to get beat. That's why they're getting beat deep, because they're already backpedaling, and the slants are there. As Dees has said, they're throwing 3.5-yard passes to these guys, and the corners are already 5 to 7 yards deep. Yeah, they're going to make the catches, and also to Dee's point, stop trying to punch the ball out. Tackle the guy. The fumbles will come. That is rampant across the NFL.
Yeah,
and in college too.
Well,
they tackle the guy.
They got a high powered offense that they have to worry about today, and a probably top 3, maybe top 2 running back in the league that they have to go against today, and Jonathan Taylor, number 1.
He's number 1 right now. He's playing out of this world. If the season ended today, I think you have to give him the MVP with a slight edge over Baker Mayfield. 14 touchdowns. He's healthy. He's got a good offensive line. He's the best running back in football, bar none right now. Whether or not that stays that way, I don't know, but I don't see any reason with that line, if they stay healthy, why it wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And Danny Dimes has resurrected his career over there in the Shane Steichen offense. And what's his name? Their other quarterback, number 5, that they drafted.
Anthony Richardson.
He'll probably be traded at deadline or whatever. But anyway, they got a high-powered offense that they got to deal with today. I see them putting up another 30 points against this defense. And I know Rodgers has been playing great football. You can't take that away from him. Rodgers has been playing great, whether people like to believe that or not. I mean, you get back to the James Harrison and Joe Hayden podcast. Joe Hayden said it yourself. He goes, Rodgers is 41. Go back and look at that Hail Mary he threw. He threw it 78 yards in the air.
69.8.
Or 69.8 yards, whatever it was. He threw it 69.8 yards in the air. His mind and his arm is still there. Yeah, we know that he's old, but he's still been playing good. Look at the movement he has. He doesn't have time in the pocket to throw the ball. He doesn't have another wide receiver to throw the ball to downfield.
So anybody who wants to put any blame on Aaron Rodgers for these 3 losses that we have just needs to go lie down on the train tracks, because Aaron Rodgers is the MVP of this team right now with Jaylen Warren right there. Speaking of Jaylen Warren, there's 3 carries in the second half. 3 fucking carries in the second half of a game we were leading until the third quarter. And speaking of that third quarter, maybe it wouldn't have made a difference, but the officiating was absolute dog shit in that game as well. We had all the momentum. Things were going pretty good until the offsides that wasn't, which it clearly was. That turned a third, what should have been a 3rd and 2, and we're pretty good in 3rd and short. That turned that into a 3rd and 7, which we didn't convert. And then the wheels fell off with the push off and everything. We had the bad fucking, was it the pick? No, it was the Tyler Kraft shit. But yeah, that was a momentum swing like I've never seen before. Just absolutely horrendous that they did not call offsides on that. Now we probably would have still lost because we, like I said, give up nearly 50% of the points that we've allowed in the fourth quarter. So maybe it just sped up the process a little bit. But back to your point on Tomlin needing to go, blah, blah, blah. Art Rooney cannot possibly show his face if this team doesn't win a playoff game and he doesn't mutually agree to part ways with Mike Tomlin. You cannot go out and get all these guys, your custom picked guys, your Jalen Ramseys, your Darius Slays, paying TJ Watt all that money. You cannot justify him keeping his job because it is clearly, not only is it not worked, it's historically horribly wrong.
All right, D. So I got breaking news. Talking about Jalen Ramsey. He's going to start at safety today for the Steelers.
I've kind of figured he would because we don't have anybody.
We
got Juan fucking Chokehill, and then we got a guy that's literally been on. I would have quit on the Browns too, though. To be fair,
that's fair.
Yeah,
fair.
And then a guy that's only been there for a few days. So I didn't expect him to start. I think he'll get some action, but that's what needs to happen. And hopefully Brandon Echols plays way more snaps than Darius Slay. That touchdown that Slay just kind of half-assed threw his arms at, if you go back and watch that play, he could have got to that edge and at least met him there at the 5-yard line, but he didn't. He just was kind of half-ass shuffling to his right and then lost the angle on him. Like, what are you doing? Big play Slay. Well, where's it at? Give me Echols, give me Juan Pierre. Like I said, give me a one-legged fucking Corey Trice over what Darius Slay has been showing us on the field this year. Joey Porter, yeah, he's not been, I wouldn't even say good, but take away his penalties that have hurt us, and he hasn't been like killing us. Jalen Ramsey kind of got killed in the Cincy game, but other than that, he's been decent, I suppose. It's just, it's an absolute clusterfuck and a failure in every sense of the word. And I don't care who they go out and trade for. I don't see it getting fixed for one reason and one reason only, and that's the guy that sits on the throne.
Well, I mean, I agree with you 100% wholeheartedly on that. But we talk about getting another offensive weapon. Like, we do need another offensive weapon for the Steelers for Aaron Rodgers, but we also need a defensive lineman. So if they can make 2 trades to get a defensive lineman and another wide receiver, I'm hearing about the Shaheed from the Saints. That's a big name that's coming up. And they talked about, what's his name? Josh Martellus from the Viking, which I don't think that's going to happen because Martellus is a stud. He's 25 years old. I don't think Minnesota's going to give up on him with that defense, but I've heard some things about that, but that doesn't help our defensive line. Like what we drafted Aya Black and Harmon, and they've been playing decent, but still you got to stop the run. So you got to get somebody in there who's a run stopper. You can't allow these defensive or these offensive teams to beat your corners and do these slants. And we've seen it the last 5 games of last season, D's, when we went on a 5-game losing streak. And we're seeing it this year too, that there's no adjustment any way, shape or form with the Steelers defensively. And you know how to beat them.
They keep putting fucking Keanu Benton at nose tackle, and he clearly can't handle that job. Put him outside. He's a decent pass rusher. He cannot play nose tackle in this defense. Well, it's been proven week after week after week.
If you know that you need a nose tackle, why aren't you going to go get one? Why are you not going to get one?
Yeah. Why? Why exactly? Why isn't Y.A. Black playing more? He's a mountain. Throw him into the fire. I mean, he's damn near 400 pounds, 6'6". He's not a pussy. Clog it up.
Yeah,
just clog it up. That'd be better than what Keanu Benton is getting absolutely trucked off the line play after play. But I'm not even mad at the run defense because it's actually been decent the last couple weeks.
Can Darnell Washington play defensive line?
I think Darnell Washington can play wherever the fuck he wants because who's going to tell him no?
He's 6'8", 320. 6'8", 320.
I mean, yeah, do something.
Huge.
You have to. I never like I've been around a long time. I've been a fan of this team since I knew what football was, and I cannot remember a more frustrating season. Probably because our expectations were so high. Mine especially. I literally thought this defense was going to be fixed. I thought this defense was going to be top 5 in the league, and here we are, bottom 3 in the fucking league in just about every statistical category that matters.
Yeah,
it's unreal. Like,
Shane, so let me ask you this question real quick. You're a big Browns fan. You were on the Bearded Browns podcast yesterday. Make sure you guys check them out. Bearded Browns podcast, one of the best Cleveland Browns podcasts that are out there. Check them guys out. Good friends of us over here at the Red Line Radio and Red Line Network. But Shane, your thoughts on the Cleveland Browns so far this season? What do they got to change to be better moving forward?
They're a dumpster fire. I mean, you guys see it. The offense literally put me to sleep Sunday. Literally. Because we just stink, and Dylan Gabriel isn't the answer. I don't think he's not tall enough. I'm ready to see if Shador, whether he's ready or not, put him out there. He has athletic ability and talent. I mean, let's see what he has. So I don't know what's going to happen when we play the Jets, but we have to win. So whatever it takes. And I'm tired of Stefanski's antics of every week in his post-game press conference saying, we got to do better, I got to do better. Yeah, well, you haven't done it for all year yet. So it just is what it is. The Browns just stink. I don't know.
Adam says we've ruined enough Michigan players. Actually, that's one thing I wanted to talk about was the emergence of over the last couple games of Roman Wilson. I mean, he's starting to get a little bit more looks. He had 2 great catches last week. He had one for 45 yards, and I do believe another one for like 28, 29 yards.
Big plays.
Yeah, he had 2 pretty big plays, and maybe they're starting to trust him a little bit more. I mean, I don't know why he's not getting more snaps on the offense. I don't know what's going on there. I know that he's better talented than Ben Skoranek and Scotty Miller. I don't know why he's not playing over them guys.
Well, he's been playing more than Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller's been banged up, but I think we're going to see more of him. I think that he's probably going to take that 2 spot a little more often going forward because they do like Calvin Austin in the slot. But yeah, Roman is finally kind of turning into what we hoped he would be 2 years ago. You know, he's doing well. Just got to keep building on it. You know, the offensive line is coming together a little bit better. They're still not great, but it's better than it was at the beginning of the year. Aaron's starting to get a little bit more time. One thing about the Colts is the Colts don't blitz. I believe they are at the top of the league as far as their blitz rate and not blitzing. They don't get a lot of sacks. They kind of sit back in coverage. Their defense is solid, but not great. Their strength is their offense and their ability to put up points. You know, our excuse me, our offense should be able to move the ball today and maybe get some points. I don't think we're going to be able to get enough points to win the game, but it'll be respectable. I'm more concerned the fact that I don't know that we'll even get to hear Indianapolis's punter's fucking name.
Oh boy.
Listen, I think the Steelers get blowed out in this game 34-7. I said that yesterday. 34-7. I think they get blowed out. That's my thoughts on that. Taylor probably have about $150 running, 2 touchdowns. Danny Dimes will have 3 touchdowns, and there'll be a pick 6. I mean, this defense does not impress me. I'm frustrated with the defense. I don't understand how you're not making these adjustments while you're seeing it. Adam says, are you expecting a shootout today? No, I'm not. I'm expecting a blowout by the Colts, 34-7. Mark that down, Adam. So
I am expecting a bit of a shootout, but not. I don't think it'll be quite as shooty in the second half, but I think we'll hang with them at least for the first half. I think it'll be kind of close, and then the wheels will start to come off as Jonathan Taylor just absolutely annihilates us in the second half, because that's where he's been getting most of his yards, is in quasi garbage time after they've gotten a big lead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen nothing to change my mind with this defense, so I'm not expecting good things from them. I mean, they can't even put together 2-3 game stretch of defense. Good games. They put together three out of the last 4 games have been very bad for the Steelers defense, and hopefully they can get it together because Lamar Jackson's back. Cincinnati's playing good. This division, I mean, AFC is still kind of wide open. You're sitting at 4-3. I got us. What did I have us at? I had us at 12-5. I don't think that's gonna. Or I had us at 11-6. I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe 10-7, 9-8 this year.
9-8 will be a goddamn Christmas miracle at this point.
Yeah. So I don't know. Shane, your thoughts real quick on AFC North.
So are you saying there's still a chance that Tomlin will have a non-losing record this year?
Looking at the rest of their schedule, yeah. I see.
Sadly, we'll probably keep him around another year.
Listen, I got us beating the Colts this year, losing to the Chargers. These are the next 5 games that are coming up. The Bengals, I got us winning. The Bears, I 's winning. The Bills, I got us losing, and we play the Ravens. So them are our next 5 games.
We'll beat the Bengals.
I think so. I think you guys will.
Adam says, is Watt going to do anything today? Adam, we don't know yet. Don't know.
I don't know. Did he suddenly learn how to teleport in 1.5 seconds to the quarterback? Because that's the only fucking way.
Man.
I mean, you got to find a way to get your best player on defense to the quarterback. You got to move him around. I don't know.
You got to cover. Fucking cover. Cover. That's it. Cover. If you cover receivers and the quarterback doesn't get rid of the ball in less than 2 seconds, then your pass rush gets home. Again, you could have 11 fucking Lawrence Taylors out there. They're not going to get to the quarterback in 1.7 seconds. They even showed the graphic in that game with the Packers, how quickly Jordan Love was getting rid of the ball. There's nothing you can do to get to the quarterback that quick unless your offensive line lays down at the snap. Period. I'm so fucking sick of this hate on the pass rush and TJ especially. Maybe TJ's lost a fraction of a step. Maybe. But he's still one of the best goddamn defenders in the league. But you can't do nothing if you don't have the time to get there. Period. Point blank. End of fucking story. You've got no help behind you. There's no coverage. The quarterback knows where he's throwing the ball before he takes it out of the center's ass. That's how predictable our defense has become.
Yeah. Guys, I got to step away for a second and use the bathroom, so go ahead and talk whatever you guys want.
All righty.
Have some rough tacos last night at the old trivia night or what? Jesus.
Apparently.
Got a turtle head. But it's depressing, man. I mean, look, you're a Browns fan.
Both of our teams are just right now are very not. I mean, your guys' defense has been, let's say, abysmal. Would you agree? The last few games?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and going back to even last year, the last 5, they weren't great. But I still think statistically that defense wasn't bad as the offense was. Like, we were getting killed in the ground game at the end of last year. And a lot of that came from the fact that our offense was so inept because Russell Wilson was deep ball or nothing. You know, we were going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and our defense was tired. This year, it's not even that. It's like literally the blueprint is out that those quick strikes just absolutely kill them because the scheme is so predictable because it's the same that it's been in the last 15 years. You know, we do well against younger quarterbacks that, you know, aren't quick with that first read. And we don't do well against guys that have been around, your Flaccos, your Darnolds. You know, I don't know how, but somehow Lamar Jackson, we're his kryptonite, although I don't know if that's going to be the case this year. because literally all you got to do is throw slants and outs. And until they show that they can actually cover it, that's what I'm telling my team. If I'm Shane Steichen or any offensive coordinator that has Pittsburgh on the schedule, like slants and outs all game. That's all we're going to do until we get up 3 touchdowns. And then we're going to have our running back literally run it down their throat. Like that's prove that you can stop it. Otherwise I might throw 2 or 3 deep balls just to keep you honest. But other than that, I'm going to dink and dunk all the way down the field. You know, I almost feel bad for being this pissed off because talking to you, like, pain.
Yeah.
Like
It's
we as Steeler fans. Yeah, we as Steeler fans, we are absolutely spoiled because we haven't had a losing season in almost 2 decades. But still, when you're that used to winning, this is unacceptable. Like you want to talk about culture and we're, historic franchise, blah, blah, blah. Well, do something about it. You know,
the standard is the standard. Well,
the standard's pretty shitty right now.
10 and 9 games every year and then getting blowed out in the first round of the playoffs that's not what your franchise has been about.
As much as I hate to admit it and come to terms with it, a couple years ago, I went to Pittsburgh and watched them play Baltimore. We actually won the game. It was Kenny Pickett to George Pickens at the end to seal the deal. But I got the chance to meet Kevin Adams. He is a co-host of a podcast with Jersey Jerry from Barstool Sports called Steel Here. He's the guy who famously bought the billboard that said Art Rooney sell the team. He's a hysterical Twitter follow, even if you're not a Steeler fan, because the guy goes on rants that are absolutely epic. But we were sitting there at the terrible tailgate talking, and he was like, the one thing that is the huge difference now between what we've been used to. Art Rooney Sr., the Chief, he was a gambler who was a football man. That's all he cared about was his horses and his football team. That was what made his life. His son, Dan, literally worked with the team his entire life. He lived and breathed Steelers football. That's all he cared about. Well, then he passes it to his son, Art. Art has been a businessman for most of his life up until the last, decade and a half before Dan started to step down. Then he came on board and started taking a bigger role. He doesn't have the same passion for the winning for the team as the other guys, as his father and his grandfather. What he has a passion for is making money. And one thing that the Steelers do is they make money because they sell out. They're always among the leaders in merch and shit like that. So he's still making money hand over fist. So as long as the product on the field is above,
making the money.
Yeah, it's making money and it's still above average. Like you can actually stand up at that podium at 9-8 or 10-7 and be like, well, we'll get them next year. We're going in the right direction. We almost need to absolutely fucking tank for a few years. And I personally, Kevin said this when I met him a few years back. I didn't want to believe it then, but I'm believing it now. I personally don't think this team has a chance to do anything until he steps down and hands it over to his son, who reportedly is more in the mold of his grandfather and his great-grandfather.
I mean, do you want the Steelers to tank the rest of the season or for the next couple of years? I mean, you got it. I mean,
I think that's what it's going to take. Do I want it? No, I can't bring myself to ever root against this team, but I don't think we're going to see wholesale change until it happens.
Well, here's my thoughts on that, and I'll let you chime in on this, Shane. I've been saying that for the last couple of years. I mean, our draft picks have been no higher than or no lower than what 15 that we had, 14 that we had. I mean, I don't think that we should tank. I think we need to have some 6-win seasons, 5-win seasons, maybe to get into like top 10, get some quality players, because over the last couple of years, they haven't drafted really well. And I mean, I don't see about tanking. I mean, you're going to need a quarterback here soon. I don't know if you're going to stick with Rodgers for one more year, if Will Howard's the answer. Mason Rudolph's a career backup. I don't know what they're going to do there with that. You've had opportunities to sign quarterbacks over this offseason that are predominantly playing really well right now. Look at Sam Darnold. Look at Danny Dimes, all playing pretty well. They were on our radar this year. Rodgers is playing good, but he's 41 years old. Them guys are a lot younger than Rodgers. I mean, you got to beef up this defense. It's old. Cam Hayward, you're going to have to replace him. Eventually, you're going to have to replace Watt. You're going to have to replace Jessica. Thank you for tuning in. Love you. Hopefully, you guys had a good night with Keith and them out there, whatever you guys did, and was home safe. But yeah, you're going to have to do that here in the future. And I don't think that you should tank. I think you need to get a top 10 pick, whether it's a trade or whatever. And you may have to lose one of these big stars, D's. You may have to lose one of them in order to get into the top 10. And I'm okay with that. But you need to have 2 first-round draft picks in the next couple of years. Whether you trade Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, whoever, DK Metcalf to get yourself in a top 10 pick, that's what you got to do.
They've got draft capital, and even if Aaron Rodgers says he's going to play one more year, which I'm still of the thought that I hope that he does. I hope that, but I don't think he's going to at this point, because I think that come the end of the season, it's going to look bleak, and I don't know that that's going to entice him enough to come back. I've said multiple times on the show that I think that the only way that he would come back is if like we were close. You know what I mean? Like we just need 1 or 2 more pieces. But me personally, I feel like with the draft in Pittsburgh next year, all the draft capital that we have coming up, and yeah, I'm not against packaging a player or whatever to move up. I think you absolutely have to come out of the draft next year in Pittsburgh with the future at quarterback.
Jess says Aaron Rodgers is a beast. Thank you, Jess. Again,
my absolute dream scenario, and it's not going to happen. Look, forget it.
Go ahead, say it. Say it. What's your dream scenario?
I want Tomlin to go away. Mutual, whatever.
Who do you replace him with?
You ready? I'm shocked that the words are going to come out of my mouth. Mike McCarthy.
Listen,
let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You get Mike McCarthy, and then you do whatever you need to do, and you go out and you get a guy like Mendoza or Sayin out of Ohio State. Because if there's one thing Mike McCarthy can do is he can fucking get a production out of a quarterback. We have seen defensive coaches. It's time to get with the fucking decade and get an offensive-minded head coach and a true defensive coordinator, not a yes man, the way Tomlin has hired them.
Bill King says Shador Sanders.
Well,
Let's
always one. There's always one.
Let's talk on this real quick. So Bearded Browns podcast. Rumor is the Eagles want to trade 3 first-round picks for Garrett. Shane, we talked about this yesterday on the show. No. Your thoughts on this, Dees? Your thoughts on this, Shane? Shane, we'll start off with you.
No.
Okay, Dees, what's your thoughts?
I mean, if I'm the Browns, I can't say yes fast enough.
The first rounders are in the bottom 5 picks every year. What's that going to do for us?
Okay. Let me ask you this question, Shane. I thought about this and let it marinate in my head since yesterday and since this rumor came out. Would you rather have Miles be disgruntled the way he is, frustrated, playing the way that he is, but and
he had 5 sacks in the last game?
You're right. But he's on the sidelines. He's mad. You could tell it in his interviews that he's mad. Would you rather have him be that guy and
I think he's mad because he cares.
Well, I mean, obviously everybody cares about it.
Well, I mean, man.
But you have an opportunity to get 3 first-round picks, and if you know that you're not going to be good for the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to hold on to Myles Garrett and do like they did with Joe Thomas and Joe Bitonio and whoever else stayed in the Browns and is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
If he wanted out that bad, he wouldn't have signed the contract.
Well, they probably gave him a plan and said, "This is what we're going to do," but they haven't lived up to that. They had to go to him.
He has no trade clause.
Well, I mean, he can give that up. All I'm saying is there's a lot of smoke around that fire, and when there's smoke, there's fire.
Jessica, I'm sorry, but they're already done. They've been done since they came back to the league.
Yeah, Jessica's a big Chiefs fan. She's
a dual fan. Let's be honest.
Well,
She
I
is.
mean,
She changes clothes halfway through the afternoon. Come on. I love her, but like she's a dual fan. Well, I will say this: she's probably a Travis Patrick fan.
Oh, Travis Patrick fan. Oh, so it's like that, huh?
I don't. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Oh,
She's
okay.
yeah. Anyways, she's
does
a
she
good
sit
person.
around and listen to the song "Wood" all day?
I, I don't know.
Oh.
Again, I think I still take it if I'm the Browns, because they are going to be in the bottom 10, 5 maybe, depending on how good the team is. But you can then package those picks with the other picks that you have, and over the course of the next couple of years, get your guys. I give it some serious thought. At the very least, if I'm the Browns, I give it some thought.
Here's my ultimate thought, though. I think Jimmy and D only care about getting to the new stadium. They don't give a shit about the team right now.
I mean, you're probably right. We talked about that again on our show. And listen, we're going to bring this up here. If you're going to be the Browns, just like the Steelers, if you're going to be and you're firing your head coach, the only person in the Steelers organization that stays is the general manager. You fire the whole coaching staff when you get fired Tomlin, just like if the Browns decide to fire Stefanski, you have to start at the top, which is Andrew Berry, and fire everybody and start all over again. But who's going to be the Browns head coach? If they fire Kevin Stefanski, I'll and let you guys talk in the chat about this. Shane, who do you want as the Browns head coach? Because they ain't got it right since they came back. What makes you think they're going to get it right now?
Yeah, but we got a two-time coach of the year. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, honestly. They got to start somewhere.
Well, if you're the Browns franchise and you fire Stefanski, who are you getting as your head coach? Who are you going to get?
Me?
Yes.
Same answer I had before, because he's very good with working with quarterbacks, and that's what they need right now. And he's actually won a fucking playoff game this decade.
Wasn't Kevin supposed to be a quarterback guy?
Yeah. Say what you want about Mike McCarthy. Yeah, maybe he should have more Super Bowls than he's got. I think he was held back dramatically by his GM, which is the owner, Jerry Jones. I think Mike McCarthy's a good coach. I think he's a brilliant offensive mind. And I think that he could do well with a young quarterback. And he's smart enough to let his defensive guys do what they do. You know, when Mike McCarthy was the Dallas Cowboys head coach, you know what the Dallas didn't have a problem with? Their fucking defense. They were good.
That defense is bad right now.
Yeah.
Jessica says Andy Reid. Bill says Bill's OC.
Yeah, I'd take Tom Brady too. Not Tom Brady, Joe Brady. I'd take Tom Brady right now, whoever.
These, Mike says you were held back in school if you want to get rid of Tomlin. Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Never on the Bearded Browns podcast.
What has he done? What has he fucking done?
What has he done?
Look, Andy Reid got let go from Philly. What happened? He was still successful. That's fine. That can happen. That can absolutely happen. It's run its course in Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
You know, like mom and dad just don't love each other anymore. That don't mean that you can't go have a successful whatever somewhere else. Maybe he can go turn another team around, but it has run its course in Pittsburgh. It's over. Like, it's done. I am willing to be hurt again. Like, give me somebody. I need somebody fresh. I'm tired of hearing the same bullshit excuses week after week after week and seeing 9-8 and 10-7. Like, that's it.
Jeff says Tom Brady's the GOAT. We don't disagree on that. All right, so we'll get into our picks. We got about 10 minutes left to go. Deej, you got the schedule up?
Yep. Kicking off at noon, Bears Bengals in Cincinnati.
Shane, who you got? Bears Bengals.
Joe Flacco is supposedly good to go.
I'm just gonna say Bears because I want to be different.
Other than when they played us, the Bengals have been like historically bad. So yeah, I'm gonna say that the Bears come away with this win because Cincinnati sucks.
I'm going out on a limb here and I'm saying Joe Flacco and the Bears. I absolutely hate everything about Caleb Williams. I don't like him. They need a new quarterback. Bring on Cincinnati.
All right, then we got the Vikings traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. Carson Wentz is out. J.J. McCarthy makes his triumphant return to the starting lineup. Don't think it's going to matter. Give me the Lions.
Lions all day.
Lions by 14.
Oh, he's calling the shots.
Ooh.
Donnie says Bears.
8.5-point spread, too, on that game. Panthers taking on Green Bay. Green Bay keeps it rolling here.
Go Pack, go.
I'm not sure if Midget is playing or not.
The midget?
Yeah, their quarterback. Forget his name.
Bryce Young.
That's it. But I don't think it's going to matter. Give me the Packers. Chargers traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. I think they'd have a better game if they went to Knoxville and played the Volunteers. Antonio Gates. Nice.
Chargers.
Yep. Give me the Chargers as well.
The Chargers. I'll take the Chargers. Donnie's taking Green Bay.
Falcons taking on the Patriots. How many 28-3 references are we going to see today? A lot. Patriots going to win this one.
Patriots 28-3.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. The 49ers to New York. Man, speaking of New York, did you guys see Scadaboo's
Jets or Giants?
Giants? Did you see Scadaboo's ankle throwing up gang signs?
yeah.
Wow, that was bad.
That was brutal, dude.
He's gonna have 3 years. He's out of the league in 3 years. His style is not going to. I love him, but he's just not going to make it.
Running backs' careers in the league are already short.
Yeah.
The way God bless his style. It's just, but you're right.
It's a guy I want to party with, but yeah, he's just not going to last in the NFL.
Yeah. Who are we? The Giants versus the Jets?
Yep.
No. Oh.
No. Niners versus the Giants in New York. We got a West Coast team coming to the East Coast for a 1 o'clock kickoff.
Mac Jones playing or Brock Purdy?
Mac Jones, I think.
I don't believe it's Mac, but I'm not 100% on that.
Mac Jones and the 49ers, they're rolling. He figured out that offense with Shanahan. I'm taking Mac Jones.
I think they win, but it's closer than we expected.
Yeah, I think Jackson Dart's having a solid year so far. But yeah, I think the Niners are going to do just enough to win. Their defense is really, really hurting right now. But yeah, I think they'll squeak it out. We'll skip that game till last. Then we got the Broncos taking on the Texans in Houston. Texans got a great defense.
Yes.
Broncos on offense.
Broncos been playing really good. I'm gonna stick with Bo Nix and the crew.
Yeah, as much as I'd like to see Houston for selfish reasons win this one, I don't think they're gonna have enough for Denver today.
I think Denver wins, even though their defense is a little beat up. Surtain's not playing today, I don't think. But I'll take Denver.
All right, we have the moving into the afternoon slate. The Jacksonville. This is a game I want to watch twice. Jacksonville taking on the Raiders in Las Vegas. Travis Hunter placed on IR. He's going to be out at least the next 4 games.
Geno wins. Is he playing today? Is it Geno still starting?
I believe so. Yeah.
They'll win. The Raiders win. He still throws 2 interceptions.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville here for selfish reasons. I want the Raiders to throw in the towel and just start giving their players away because I think that's going to happen. I think they're going to make some trades once they drop this game.
That's
a solid. I'm going to make that bet as one on my parlay. Geno Smith to throw a pick.
I'm going to take the Raiders.
Oh, ballsy. It's only a 2.5-point spread. That's wild to me. Moving on, we have the Aints taking on the Rams in Los Angeles. Not that it matters because they can't draw home fans anyway, but the Rams are 14.5-point favorites here.
Rams by 10.
Yeah, probably by a lot more than that. I think isn't Tyler Shook starting today? I believe. I thought I heard.
Yes, he is. Yes.
What? He's like 37, isn't he?
He was an older college quarterback. Yes.
Yeah. I believe there's guys that have been in the league for like 5 seasons that have played college football with Tyler Shook. It's hilarious.
I believe that.
Then we got
He's
the
26
game.
years old. Give him a break. He's 26.
That's old for a fucking. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
That's old. That's ancient for a rookie. That's
he had
Chris
he had
Weinke
weight
level.
behind Spencer Rattler, who's not good.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't
what does
Weinke?
that say?
Wasn't Chris Weinke 27 when he was a rookie?
Yes,
30.
Chris Weinke.
30.
Yes.
30.
He wasn't 30. He just played like he was 39.
Yes.
Then we got the game of the week. The Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo's defense is abysmal, and the Chiefs are finally healthy on offense for the most part. I know they activated Clyde Edwards-Helaire off the practice squad. I'm not sure if Pacheco's out or what, but I expected a good game offensively, but I don't think that the Bills are going to stop the Chiefs enough. So I'm going to take the Chiefs here.
Ooh.
I don't want to, but I think you're right, Deez.
Me
I don't
either.
want to, but I think you're right.
Listen, I need Josh Allen to light up fantasy because I'm on a 4-game losing streak, and I got to change my quarterback. So Josh Allen, I need you to go light up that defense. But part of me tells me that Kansas City's going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a 34-30 or 34-27 type game. I think Buffalo's going to carry them for a while, but they're just not going to be able to get a stop when they need to at the end, and Patty Mack's going to do it.
Well, Jessica, obviously, she's picking the Chiefs.
Then we got Sunday Night Football. Again, who makes these schedules? The Seattle Seahawks traveling to D.C. to take on the Commanders. Who's their quarterback now?
Jaden's
playing.
Oh, is he playing? Okay.
Yeah,
he is playing.
He's back. It was
Mariota. Yeah. It don't matter who their quarterback is. I think Seattle is going to keep it rolling here. I know Scary Terry is out again after a brief 1-week comeback, which Terry, you're fucking killing my fantasy team, bro. Get it together.
Yeah. Well, I have Devo, so I mean.
Yeah, I got him on one of my leagues. He is benefiting.
I want to say that, historically the West Coast comes to the East Coast and doesn't play that well, but
that doesn't apply to night games though.
Well, that's true.
That's betting logic only comes into play on noon games or 1:00 games for you East Coast.
I keep thinking that you're early, but you're behind us. So
yeah.
Hopefully the Steelers game is on CBS or Fox today because I didn't pay for fucking Sunday tickets, so I'm not going to be able to watch the game.
There is a website called 503 Sports. If you Google NFL TV map, you can look it up every single week. It is CBS. JJ Watt's actually on the cover. And
nice.
Like, because of where I live, I'm going to get the fucking sorry ass Bears game, but most of the country is getting the Colts Steelers game.
Perfect cue for me to say the cornfields of Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on the edge of the cornfields of Chicago. You guys go fuck yourself. Monday night. Monday night we have the Cardinals and the Cowboys. Oh, I'm glad I go to bed at 6:00 during the week. Cowboys offense is looking really fucking good, and their defense is looking really fucking bad, but I think it's going to be enough to beat Jacoby Brissett.
Cowboys.
I hate to say it, Death Blue Star.
And last and probably least, because their defense is last in the fucking league, we have our somehow, some way, don't know why we still do, but beloved Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the best team in the NFL right now across the board. Best offense. They are like the 8th best team in terms of production that we've had in this fucking century. That's an actual fact. They are number 8 in offensive production since the turn of the century. Taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Dave, go ahead.
I mean, I want the Steelers to get back on the winning streak. I really do, but I don't think we win this game. I picked us to win this game early on in the season because somebody talked me into saying our defense was going to be pretty good, but it hasn't been.
You believed it too, asshole.
No.
I did.
Don't you put that evil on me.
I did. And man, I want us to win. Donnie says Steelers by 3. That'll be an upset. I'm taking the Colts here in a blowout, 34-7. I think if that happens, Terrell Austin gets fired or relieved of his duties or whatever Monday morning, and I think the Steelers go get another defensive player and make another trade for a wide receiver. That's my thoughts on that. These your thoughts?
I'll get Shane first.
I'm gonna go a little. I think because I have a theory on NFL that it's going to be closer than we think. But don't be surprised if somehow the Steelers win, but I think the Colts are going to win. So.
Yeah, looking at the Colts schedule, they're a good football team. They've been producing like no other team in the NFL. Don't get it twisted. They are very talented, but they have looked so good against teams that are so bad. I think it's a little bit blown out of proportion. That being said, their defense isn't great. They've allowed a lot of points to some kind of bad teams. And therefore, I think that Pittsburgh is going to be able to keep it, like Shane said, closer than some might think. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to be down just enough that we are going to get a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor in the third and fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, as you remember, we have allowed 47% of the points that we've allowed all fucking year. So I think we're going to be either in the lead or within a score going into the fourth quarter and end up losing, I'm going to say 34-23. And that hurts my heart. And then we're probably going to lose again. I don't think Terrell Austin's going to be fired. I do think we're going to make trades for people that aren't going to help. And Mike Tomlin is going to somehow manage to go 9-8 with a miracle or two pulled out of his ass. And will stay here to continue to make my life a living hell as a football fan. But I'll love it if they pull it off. Because you know it, Dave. I know it. If they somehow, some way pull this game off, we're going to be right back here next fucking week talking about how great it was. And then they're just going to hurt us again.
Well, it's only a high for a week if they win. And
yeah.
They got to sustain it for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's like cocaine. It's great while it's there, but Monday is going to happen.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. Appreciate your time. We ran over a little bit here. Shane O'Mac, where can they find you? What you got going on today? Final thoughts on the show real quick.
I'm going to be in the recliner watching the Browns not win and all the other NFL games that I'm going to put money on. So,
all right, what's one bet out there that you want people to put money on, Shane?
Geno Smith to throw a pick.
All right, so there you have it. Shane O'Mac giving his thoughts on betting. D's, what do you got?
Basically the same thing. Just so I know, because you can probably relate, Shane, when you're watching shitty football, do you inject the heroin periodically or do you just like have it a steady drip?
Every once in a while, right between my toes.
Okay. That's the only way I can tolerate watching this fucking excuse for a football team anymore.
Same.
Shane, you're more than welcome to come on the show anytime you want to come on, man. It's always a pleasure to have you on. I know it's a little too early for you. D's, what you got?
Some Sundays, yes, it is.
D's, what you got going on?
Basically that. I'm just going to sit there and watch my heart get shattered yet again.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do too. Guys, make sure you guys follow Steel City Renegades. Have a great Sunday watching football. Enjoy your Sunday and go Steelers. Hopefully we get a victory. For D's, for Shane O'Mac, see you next week here. Chipper returns later on.
Yeah.